All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors go out to the apostles, elders, great millstone, who rule and teach well. Shalom wa barakim to you brothers and sisters out there. All right, this lesson really, hold on one second. Well, actually, matter of fact, I can't do it from here, but I was going to turn off a little battery mode because it cuts the screen off after so long, but like of inactivity. But anyways, this is something I was meditating on earlier. You know, basically, the only way you really, fall out is if you don't actually believe. You know, because you got to consider, right? If you actually believe in Yahweh Bashmel Shai, you have fear. Okay? And with fear, is going to come sincerity. With sincerity, you're going to have a broken and contrite spirit. You're going to constantly be looking to improve yourself. You're going to accept rebuke. All right, you're going to understand that you fall, but you're going to do your best to get back up. You're going to, when you may have a prideful moment or a demon slip in, you're going to be heartbroken. You're going to be sorrowful that you acted the way you did. You're going to be penitent. All right, and you're going to, if you actually believe, you're going to constantly do what you can to please Yahweh Bashmel Shai and to fulfill your goal and your duty in this ministry. All right, because you got to, if you actually believe the scriptures, all right, which first of all you have to believe, right? Hebrews, start with that, which basically this lesson is going to go into there's no point in giving up. All right, Hebrews 11:6. It says, which of course it's easy to give up, right? Well, honestly, it's not. In most cases, it's easy to just drop whatever you're doing and give up and go fulfill the lust of the flesh. But in reality, with this truth, if you actually believe and you actually have that fear of Yahweh Bashmel Shai, it's not easy. Because imagine you, and I'm asking you, don't go to camp next Saturday. You're probably like, hell no, I'm going to camp. I'm not going to miss camp. I'll be damned, because you have that fear. You see? So people fall out because they lose faith. They don't have faith no more, which faith and fear go hand in hand. So they start to lack faith. Goodness gracious, I'm mixing sentences. They're losing faith, so therefore they lack fear, meaning they don't believe that their actions are going to be weighed in a balance. They don't believe that their actions are going to have consequences. All right, me personally, I'm not missing camp. Yahweh forbid. Because if I miss camp, I might not wake up the next morning. You see? That's what I believe. All right? Now, there's certain instances where you might miss a camp lesson or whatever. You got things going on. All right? I know some brothers may miss camp or be late, but they make up for it. And that's a different situation. All right? But you deliberately choosing, well, I'm not going to camp this weekend because I want to do A, B, or C. No. You obviously have no fear. Okay? Hebrews 11:6. But without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So not only do you have to believe, you have to believe that you're in this thing, and you're going to receive a reward for your labors. All right? You're not just doing what you're doing for nothing, right? You have to believe that Yahweh is actually going to fulfill his promise, his oath that he swore. Okay? Because you're doing your end, right? You're serving him, you're praying, you're fasting, you're doing your lessons, you're going to camp, you're being an Israelite, right? Ecclesiastes 12:13, you're keeping the commandments to the best of your ability, you fear him, all right? You go to him for everything, you lay your burdens upon him, you put your trust in him. So, and the Lord said what? He said he's not a man that he should lie, so he's going to fulfill his promises. He's going to hold up his end. He always has held up his end. We're the ones that have always fallen. We're the ones that have always disobeyed, and we're the ones that have always broken our covenant that he made with us. He has never been at fault, right? So you have to believe that he's going to fulfill the rest of that. Us receiving, which that's actually the spirit, that this is the picture here, because he promised Abraham he was going to give us from the river Euphrates to the river of Egypt. Okay? Which, if I'm not mistaken, is the Nile. Unless the river. Let me fact check that though. One second. Bear with me. The river of Egypt. Well, this says the border of Egypt. But that's also the NLT. Sometimes it goes off. It says the river. The Nile River passes through Egypt. Yeah, so I'm not really going to speak on that, but that does look like that's where the Nile would be at, the river of Egypt. But just to, just so I don't go off, I don't make a mistake, I will fact check that. But that is definitely, what it appears to be. But nonetheless, the river Euphrates to the river of Egypt, so this big portion of land is going to be promised onto us. Right? That's a lot of land. That's more than we've had before. All right? Which, not to say we didn't have a lot of land before, but shit, right now we have no land, right? But the point is we got to understand and keep in mind that the Lord is going to fulfill his promise. He said we were going to be able to serve him without the fear of our enemies. Now, we're not going to have to worry about bills. We're not going to have to worry about anything. All right, once we enter into this new covenant, when, Yahushua comes back with the angels and delivers the elect and we're set in our own land, we're going to have those new bodies. All right, that's that new Jerusalem coming down from the heavens. That's the elect. We're going to receive those new bodies. We're going to have the laws written within us. Okay, we're going to be straight. We're going to be able to keep the commandments perfectly, all 612. All right, because the sacrificial law is done away with because Yahushua is the ultimate sacrifice of the Lamb without blemish. All right, but you got to believe all these things, right? You shouldn't just be flowing with the air. You should know why you're here and what your purpose is and what you're fighting for, right? Because ultimately, if you find yourself as a rock in a hard place, as they say, and you don't understand truly what it is that you are fighting for, you're gonna lose the fight. You're gonna lose the motivation, the discipline to continue to fight. All right? You need to understand why you're here and what you're fighting for, man. We are fighting to receive our promise. We are fighting to receive salvation, to be saved. Okay? Don't ever, let that slip from you. Like King David said, restore within me the joy of your salvation. Okay? We're pressing toward the mark. We're trying to receive our crown. We're trying to have Yahushua crown us, man. Okay? So there's no reason to fall out. And the thing I was meditating on earlier today in Salaki, I will put the correction in the description box if there's a correction on that. But I will just leave it as the scriptures say, the river Euphrates to the river of Egypt. Okay? I will put it in the description box, if there was any fault. All right, because I definitely don't want to spew out madness. All right? But, I was thinking about it, earlier. I believe it was this morning. I was watching an Eliyahu Shawamba video, and I started thinking, there's no point in giving up, because you got to think, man, if you believe the scriptures, you believe in reincarnation. We have been reincarnated. We have been upon this earth for thousands upon thousands of years. Okay? We come back every third to fourth generation, as it says in Numbers. I believe it's in the book of Numbers. Onto the third and fourth generation that hate me. Oh, so like Exodus. I was thinking about Numbers 1 and 18 dealing with how your father declares your race, your patrilineal. Exodus 20 and 5 to 6, it says, "Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them," it's talking about idols, "nor serve them, for I, Yahweh thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and shewing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. So the third and fourth generation is typically when you come back. All right? Which generation, essentially is, the years definitely may vary, but essentially like, your father and your grandpa and your great-grandfather. So, that's a you to your father is a generation. Your father to, your grandpa is a generation. And they go into that in the book of Matthew, when it's tracing Yahushai's lineage. It talks about the generations. All right? So if you were to continue in your father's house right now, you would have been your great-grandfather or your great-great-grandfather, just to throw an example out there. All right, now, of course, our father's, house, our patrilineal branches out many ways, but just to, give an example. Okay, but the point is we've been here many, many times, and we have been waiting a very long time for the life that you are living right now to be in the end times. We are talking about, man, Yahushai could pull up any, well, I'm not going to say day because we still need, certain prophecies, but the point is Yahushai could pull up in the next few years, man. All right, this America ain't going much longer. All right, this world is not going to continue to be devoured by wickedness much longer. You are now in your final life before the kingdom of heaven, and you're going to give up? No. All right, let me get this John chapter 6 and verse 67. It says, Then said Yahushua unto the 12, and this was because some of the disciples got offended and they departed, and didn't want to continue with Yahushua anymore. Then, John 6 and 67, Then said Yahushua unto the 12, Will ye also go away? Then Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? Thou hast the words of eternal life, and we believe and are sure that thou art that Hamashiach, the Son of the living power. You see? So the Apostle Peter said it best, we have nothing else. All right, this is all we have. So now that you're finally, in this last life that you've been waiting for so long, what profit would it be unto you to give up your crown for a couple more years of vanity? Fuck it, man. Even if it was 1,000 more years of vanity, even if Satan said you can live for 1,000 more years and be like Jay-Z rich, who gives a fuck? All right. King David said that one day in your courts is better than 1,000. All right. Scriptures also say in Sirach that 1,000 years is way. It's nothing close to the days of eternity. The scriptures say it's like a drop in the sea. Okay? Roughly paraphrasing. So fuck this place, man. We're waiting for the immortality to come, so why give up? Matthew 24 and 13, He that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. You got to finish the course. Continue to strive for the mastery. I'm going to get this in my close because it's really just a short exhortation. 2 Corinthians 4 and 17 and 18, it says, For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. So we're waiting for the world to come, which the scriptures say the world, I believe it's in 2 Ezra, the 8th chapter, the world to come is for few. Okay? We are waiting for that. We are waiting for Yahushai's kingdom to be established on the planet Earth, where Yahushai said if we continue in this work, we will be joint heirs. We're waiting for that. This is not our rest. Micah 2 and 10. All right? Job 9 and 24. This is the Edomites' kingdom. Okay? So just continue to fight, continue to strive, continue to endure, man. Yahweh Shemel Shai never said you got to have a smile on your face every day and be laughing and chuckling every day. Nobody ever said you got to be happy. Okay? Just endure. Continue to fight. Stay there. Okay? No matter what. Like it says in Romans, I think it's the 8th chapter, or it might be the 6th chapter. What shall separate us from the love of Mashiach? Nothing. Continue to withstand and persevere all things. Shalom.